Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Jackie and welcome to my channel, Leisure Reads. So I recently read a book that I really wanted to share with you guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review of Night Film by Marisha Pessl. So let's get started. 24-year-old Ashley Cordova is found dead one morning in an old abandoned warehouse in Lower Manhattan, where she fell to death in an elevator shaft. Ashley, a pianist prodigy, is the child of a very wealthy film director named Stanislaus Cordova. Cordova is a horror film director whose movies not only have a cult-like following, but have been so gruesome that they are not shown on television or in theaters, making them only distributed through unconventional underground channels. Outside of his films, very little is known about Cordova, as he hasn't even been seen outside of his house in over 30 years. Driven by revenge, curiosity, and a need for the truth, investigative journalist Scott McGrath finds himself invested in a potentially deadly hunt for the truth. Where do I even start? This book had me interested from the first moment I started flipping through the pages. Throughout this book it has screenshots of web pages, case notes from files, magazine articles, and pictures. And these are found all throughout the book. I really love the multimedia aspect this book has, and the fact that it was utilized in an investigative type book really allows the reader to become engaged and feel like they are also part of the investigation. This is seriously one of the darkest, creepiest thrillers I have ever read, and I absolutely loved it. Now, did it help that I read most of this book on dark and stormy nights? Yes. But this book was great. Cordova, his movies, and the tales surrounding him are all so dark. Black magic is brought into this book, which is something I personally have never really read in a book before, but I was really interested in it throughout this book. Basically, throughout this whole book, questions keep building and building all the way up until the end. However, one of my favorite things about this book definitely has to be the way Pessl allows for the reader's individual imagination and thought process to come into this book as well. The way this book is written, it really allows for discussion of this book. I'm so excited for my husband to read this book because we have two very different ways of thinking, and I want to see how this book plays out to him. He is a very logical, straightforward thinker where everything must have an explanation. I personally tend to have more of a fantastical way of thought in that I always am more open to the paranormal and otherworldly explanations that may play out. I really love that this book allows for the reader to decide what they think happened to Ashley Cordova. It's really interesting the way this book plays out. All the way through, you're questioning what is going on until the end, where there is a conclusion, but you as the reader still have the ability to decide which storyline you believe. If you don't know, this book actually has an interactive element throughout. If you go to nightfilmdecoder.com, you can install the app, and then while you're reading, when you see this symbol on a page, you can pull up your phone, open the app, scan the picture, and experience even more content that the author has created for this book. I think it's fantastic that this book has an interactive element. I haven't actually used it yet, but I'm super excited to go through, look for those symbols, and find the extra content that Marisha Pessl has created. I think it's fantastic. I've never seen another book that had that, and I'm really excited to find out what it holds. The one problem I had with this book was that it felt a little too long in some places. This book is about 580 pages, and while I really enjoyed the whole thing, I felt occasionally throughout there were some sections that I thought the author probably could have condensed and made a little bit shorter. However, with that being said, even with those passages, I still loved this book. I thought it was a great book, and I was still hooked the entire way through. Overall, I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was fantastic. I'm really excited that I have the opportunity to get it signed by Marisha Pessl in the next month. I'm a little bummed that I read it in the middle of summer rather than being able to read it for the first time in the fall, because this book was actually set in October, and the inner liner with all these beautiful trees just screams fall to me. I really wish I could have read it in Halloween and just really enjoyed the spooky atmosphere. However, I couldn't wait, and while reading it, I could not put it down. This book was so fantastic. I just wish I could read it all over again for the first time and experience it all brand new. This book is hands down one of the best thrillers I have ever read. Pessl is able to create such an intense, intricate, and complex plot. And I can honestly say, although I got an insane deal on this book, as I paid only $1 for this hardcover book at my local bookstore, and right before that I'd actually picked up the paperback for $2.99 at Ollie's, which when I found the hardback for $1, I decided to give the paperback copy to my sister-in-law so she could read it as well. I can say with 100% certainty that I would have absolutely no problem paying the retail sticker value of $28 for this book. If you enjoy thrillers or investigative books such as the Kay Scarpetta novels by Patricia Cornwell, I highly recommend this book to you, as I think you would love it just as much as I have. And I would even say that if you are looking to start reading thrillers and you are trying to find a good book to introduce you into the world of thrillers, I would say go ahead and try picking up Night Film and reading it, and I do not think this book will disappoint. As I said throughout this whole video, I absolutely loved this book. If you guys have read it and you want to discuss the book in the comment sections below, I would love that. Nobody I know personally has read this book yet. I'm waiting on my husband to read it, hoping he'll love it. But I would love to have a discussion with you. Also, can we talk about the cover of this book? I don't know if you guys can see it, but when the light hits it differently, these letters just shine. They change colors. And I really just think it's so beautiful, so well done. So obviously I had to pick it up when I found it for $1. But that's it. That's my review of Night Film. I highly recommend you guys go read this book. Hopefully you'll love it just as much as I did. It really is a fantastic piece of work by Marisha Pessl, and she is definitely an author that I will keep my eye on in the future. Super excited to go get this book signed, and I look forward to reading Never Rolled Awake, which is her newest book coming out soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Goodreads, and Twitter. The links are in the description below. I hope to see you guys soon, and in the meantime, make it a great day. Bye!